The relationship with Neighbors for Neighbors is so important to us. It really allows us to do for our families what typical funding sources don't allow us to do.
Hope. Hope, I'm gonna make it.
I just want to say thank you and welcome to our community.
To give back is really the best feeling.
For 2 decades, Neighbors for Neighbors built a legacy upon connecting the community and helping neighbors in need.
Welcome to the Neighbors for Neighbors Spring Special, Helping Feels Good. I'm Nicole Maristany. At different times throughout the year, we gather some of our best stories of our community coming together with help from neighbors like you. Over the next half hour, we'll take a look back and share some of them, our favorite moments from the past few months. Each story shows us all how helping feels good, and we hope it inspires you to help your neighbors. We begin with a story about a group of students who we followed for the past 2 years. Years of bullying prevented them from safely crossing an overpass to and from school. But together, with guidance from mentors from their after-school program, the students learned to voice their concerns, work with community leaders, and ultimately create change.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dream lives on in these young people. Thank you so much.
It's this group of students making a difference. They stood up and spoke out.
I wanted to change the community, to stop violence.
And for that, they're being recognized at this year's YMCA of Broward County's annual MLK Inspirational Breakfast.
It feels good just to be here.
But what makes this event even more memorable for the students and room full of people is the presence of Martin Luther King III.
I am honored to be here because I'm concerned about this generation and generations yet unborn. Everything that we do should be for those who come behind us. Our most precious resource, in fact, are our children.
And these children from Lauderhill Middle School are doing the right thing. They started a campaign to create awareness about bullying that was happening on the overpass walkway behind their school. Last year, Neighbors for Neighbors shed light on the situation.
It was one night I was walking, and I'm coming from the Y from the program, and they just, when I get over there, and they just gang up on me.
They reached out to Turnpike authorities and school board to implement safety measures like lights and security, and authorities listened.
Umon Roach, 8th grader, Lauderhill Middle School.
Now this room full of proud parents, mentors, and professionals are also listening as these young future leaders are honored for making a change, and they like it.
It feels good to be honored because I'm going to be honored by Martin Luther King III, and it's very kind of speechless a little bit that he's going to be congratulating me and my friends.
Marybel Rodriguez, CBS 4 News. The students went on to speak before the school board and city commission. They received support for their efforts, and today more than $500,000 in partnerships have come together to really solve the issue. Now there are lights and security on the overpass, and the bullying has stopped. Now on to another story that shows how magic can happen when the community comes together. A grandmother of 4 received a heartwarming home makeover this past Valentine's Day. The Broward County Sheriff's Office teamed up with the Home Improvement Show Designing Spaces to make it all possible. Neighbors for Neighbors referred Joy Stewart and her 4 grandchildren to Rebuilding Together Broward County, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping veterans, the elderly, and low-income families with home repair because the family had been living in a home that was not in good condition. Stewart was overcome with joy when volunteers took her through the front door for the first time since the remodeling project began.
It's absolutely awesome. I couldn't ask for any better. Kids are happy. I'm happy.
The team of producers and volunteers at Designing Spaces said this was the single most challenging home improvement project they've had to tackle so far. And now on to another story about hope, this time for children who've lost a loved one. Tomorrow's Rainbow helps kids cope with loss through play and therapy, and it's all free of charge. In addition to providing programming throughout the year, the organization hosts an event called Hope Floats as a way for the children they serve and their families to honor the lives of their loved ones. Tiny paper boats signed with messages of love float down the New River in Fort Lauderdale. This year, the group also honored the lives of those lost in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. More than 500 people participated in the event, and they look forward to it growing every year. Broward Aware is another initiative supporting the families of our community. The program's goal is to prevent child abuse and neglect through education. Our partners at the Children's Services Council of Broward County worked with provider agencies to create the 4-month free program, and it all ends with a big graduation for parents. More than 70 families participated in this year's class. Combating childhood obesity is a hot topic across the country. From First Lady Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign to the NFL's 60 Minutes a Day initiative, many are focused on helping our children lead healthier lives. And one of the best ways to get kids excited about exercise is to head out to the playground. But what if you don't have one? That's the case for the children you see here. They're drawing their picture-perfect playground, and here's a look at why.
We are trying our best to build a playground for our kids to have fun and to feel safe.
Imagine drawing the playground of your dreams and watching it come to life. That's exactly what the children living at Verde Gardens were able to do.
What else is on the playground?
Verde Gardens is a unique, eco-friendly, supportive housing community in Homestead.
It's a very unique project. It's our most innovative project to date. It's a combination of 145 units of supportive housing for formerly homeless families, a 22-acre organic farm, and a farmer's market.
And while many exciting things happen here, one important thing was missing.
We really needed a place for the families to gather and for the kids to play.
They have been without a long time because some of the kids are usually in the streets or they're just trying to climb a tree. The kids, they like to climb. We remember those days. And it's just really, it's dangerous.
The community applied for grants with the Knight Foundation and Kaboom, a national organization dedicated to building playgrounds in neighborhoods that need them.
And everybody's coming out of everywhere to come lend a hand with no question.
So we're really excited about that final piece coming together.
So after all of the drawings were taken into consideration, volunteers started to build, more than 200 of them, from Carrefour Supportive Housing, the Homeless Trust, and Homestead Air Force Base. And the entire playground project took less than 8 hours to complete.
And it's great because we're coming together and we're helping each other and sharing and doing something good.
Music also has the power to bring our community together. And for nearly 50 years, the South Florida Youth Symphony has given students from all backgrounds an opportunity to experience the arts. Classes start as young as 4 and 5 years old, and all students are welcome regardless of their ability to pay.
Make sure that they have something that gets them off the street and gives them a focus for their life to make them feel good about themselves. And I know that it really makes a difference in their forward motion in their education and their music.
Many students like Ali Darvish come back as alumni to teach.
I get to teach what I play, and then when I see them pick up on stuff, it's just like, oh, cool.
The Youth Symphony performs many times throughout the year. The monies raised in ticket sales for performances provide scholarships to other young musicians. Still ahead, Green Gourmet. A local school takes on eco-friendly education. Teamwork, why this woman says building a team of supporters has helped her health. And later,
I never ever expected a crowd of people, a group of people, a whole bevy of people to come running to our aid.
Special delivery. A young man's life forever changed when he was hit by a stray bullet. See how the community has come together to help him as he heals. Stay with us. Neighbors for Neighbors is making it easy to share your talents and help neighbors in need with a new website, Helping Feels Good. Go online to connect with local organizations and find simple projects to help others. Go to helpingfeelsgood.org today. Hello and welcome back. World-class cuisine goes green when local students take to the kitchen to help out our community. The Miami-Dade Culinary Institute gives student chefs a chance to learn about fine foods from garden to table.
Food, culture, innovation, and that is what we're all about.
That green experience, to me, that 50-mile radius of where most of our product comes from, being a LEED certified school and not having the emissions that other schools have, the composting that we do to return our product back to the garden.
And the green theme goes beyond the garden. It's part of the school's education philosophy.
We have this full cycle of sustainability because we believe somebody needs to start to change the world, and we're just the culinary school to do that.
The students also get involved in community causes.
We immerse them in service learning.
I feel that in our community now more than ever is really a time to give back.
Neighbors for Neighbors partnered with the Miami Culinary Institute for a community event, Miami's first ever fine food and chocolate show at Pinecrest Gardens. The show featured local restaurants and chocolatiers, and Neighbors was the charity partner. In addition to taking home some sweet treats, many visitors at the chocolate show also stopped by to adopt some bears. CBS 4's chief investigative reporter Michelle Gillen founded the Adopt a Bear program to soothe our community's most vulnerable children during difficult times.
Because I think it's a wonderful thing that you guys are doing. And I love bears and I love animals, but it's just when I saw that I couldn't resist.
More than 40 bears were adopted at the event, and longtime volunteers say it's been great to see the program grow over the years.
So, I mean, when I see them come up and make an adoption, it really gets to my heart because there's other people in this world that, care about people who are unfortunate.
The Adopt a Bear program is looking to recruit elementary-age students to become bear ambassadors and help spread the word about the cause throughout the community. Stay tuned to the end of the show for contact information. Affordable health care concerns our entire community, but there's a healthcare nonprofit in South Dade that's a wonderful model for how affordable healthcare can work when a community comes together. They're growing by leaps and bounds, and while their future is bright, they say their success is tied to their proud past.
I know that I don't have to worry about anything.
Peace of mind when it comes to health care can be hard to come by.
Good care, and they're friendly and dependable.
But the patients at Community Health of South Florida are all smiles. And that's nice to see, considering many of them would have trouble paying for health care if they went somewhere else.
People residing in this community have universal access to services. Anyone may use the service regardless of their ability to pay or regardless of their insurance status.
And it's not just about providing quality health care. The center also provides transportations for patients who need it.
It would be very difficult because my son works and it's hard for him to get off work to take me to where I need to go for doctor's appointments. So I just call the transportation and they come and get me and bring me home.
We have 10 buses that can pick people up at their home, provide transportation from home into our centers, and take them back to their homes.
The center has a long legacy of serving those in need.
This organization was initiated in 1971 by a group of volunteers who were concerned about the non-availability of health services for the indigent population residing in this area, especially the migrant and seasonal farm workers in this community. And they could not gain access to the local hospital.
They've since grown to 7 campuses across South Florida and will build another 3 within the year. They also continue to expand their programming and services.
And we have our HIV/AIDS outreach program for the community. We are now able to provide services that were not available before.
Services these patients can appreciate.
They really provide very excellent care.
I'm very grateful.
Community Health of South Florida hosts a variety of events throughout the year to raise money and to continue serving their patients. They're always looking for volunteers. To connect and learn more, stay tuned for contact information at the end of the show. The MS Society is another group dedicated to health for those living with multiple sclerosis and their families, running programs that help with everything from health care to home repair. That's exactly what a team of volunteers did in Miami for Grace Roth, who's been living with MS for 15 years. The disease makes it difficult for her to keep up with her home.
We've partnered with the general contractor who brought all his buddies to volunteer, and we're putting in a new AC unit. We're painting some rooms for her. We are getting her all new curtains.
Grace kept herself busy too, making little bracelets to thank the volunteers. She says the MS Society has helped her create a team of support, and it's been a source of comfort during tough times.
They're my angels. I've been hiding here in my little house with everything falling apart, and what I do is I decorate whatever breaks. Today I feel loved.
In addition to service days, the MS Society hosts bike rides, walks, and other activities to support those they serve throughout the year. Coming up all night to help those in need.
That's how I met Neighbors for Neighbors, and it really made a difference in my life.
Find out why these college students are burning the midnight oil for the benefit of nonprofits. Special delivery. A young man's life forever changed when he was hit by a stray bullet. See how the community has come together to help him as he heals. And Computer Connections, how an exciting new website is making it easier than ever to give back. Stay with us.
At the CSC of Broward County, our focus is our children.
We're proud to partner with Neighbors for Neighbors and many other organizations to provide leadership, advocacy, and resources to help all of our children succeed.
It takes a village to raise a child. CSC, local agencies, and you.
Working together to make our village a better place for our children.
Children's Services Council of Broward County, proud partners with Neighbors for Neighbors.
Welcome back. Some of the best ideas are born out of necessity, and that's exactly what happened when the University of Miami's School of Communication searched for a unique way to give their students some real-world experience. The best part, the students weren't the only ones who benefited. Local nonprofits did too.
We're changing our name after 30 years, going to a new name and new logo, and to have them focus in on our foundation materials to help us communicate that throughout the next year is key.
Media, graphics, and advertising can be a challenge for even Fortune 500 companies. Now imagine the difficulties a small nonprofit might experience.
As a nonprofit, we are stretched thin, and to find 24 hours to work on something like this would be almost impossible.
Enter the University of Miami School of Communication Philanthropy event, where students provide free advertising and creative services to local nonprofit organizations. They refer to it as an all-nighter for the greater good.
Our partners at Philanthropy are just doing amazing work. They're incredibly creative people.
Also, what's really key is that we want the students to understand that this is not about doing charitable projects, but really treating them as a full-fledged brand and a new product launch.
Professional mentors and alumni like Richie Lucas guide the team of students. The goal? To simulate a real-life professional experience.
So this 25-hour all-nighter that we're doing, sometimes it's common practice in the business.
It's not just about us giving to the community. I mean, it is partially about that, but a lot of it is that it also gives us work for our portfolios, and that's helping us go into the real world.
2 years ago, Neighbors for Neighbors participated in philanthropy and met then student Jackie Massey. We brought her on as an intern, and today she's a permanent part of our team as our new media manager.
It was definitely beneficial. I didn't know that it would have helped me as much as it did when I went into it, but that's how I met Neighbors for Neighbors, and it really made a difference in my life.
And it's not just the students that have a chance to grow professionally through philanthropy. The nonprofits do too.
We're a small, little thing, but a huge idea, and we want to grow into that.
This year, 16 nonprofits participated in UM's philanthropy project, but more than 200 applied, and the school hopes to grow the program next year. Ever wished for an easier way to get involved and give back to our community? Well, we here at Neighbors for Neighbors believe everyone has something to give, and we developed an exciting new website to help you do just that. By logging on to helpingfeelsgood.org, you can connect with local organizations and find all kinds of simple projects to help others. Projects submitted by nonprofits across Miami-Dade and Broward counties, like Casa Valentina, an agency dedicated to helping young adults transition out of foster care.
The fact that this organization can help us connect with those people that do have all of these things that we need so desperately is beyond belief as to what it can do for us.
It's easy to register. Just log on to share your areas of interest. The site will send you a weekly listing of projects you might be interested in, or you can search for a project near you. And because of our work on helpingfeelsgood.org, Neighbors for Neighbors was honored as Nonprofit of the Year for Innovation at 211 Broward's 3rd Annual PNC Bank Nonprofit Academy Awards. More than 30 nonprofits were nominated in the 10 categories. The entire Neighbors for Neighbors team was present to accept the award, and our Executive Director, Lynn Cameron, said a few words.
We appreciate those of you in this room that we work with every single day, because that's our goal, is to help you be the best you can and to shine a light on the fabulous work that you do.
Also there to celebrate our big win, our partners Hands on Broward and the Miami Foundation. Their support has been an important part of our successful launch of helpingfeelsgood.org, and we look forward to continuing our work with them. Now to a project that we worked on in collaboration with our partners at CBS 4, a special delivery for 15-year-old Aaron Willis, the victim of a drive-by shooting in Miami, who was left paralyzed from the waist down. CBS 4's Peter Dench was joined by Neighbors for Neighbors and a few of our nonprofit partners and friends as some special items were brought in to surprise Aaron and his family.
Sammy Willis is overwhelmed by the sight of his son Aaron moving in a new power scooter, a stark contrast to being wheelchair-bound, paralyzed from the waist down by a bullet in his back. Aaron receives his scooter and other items such as computers, a desk and monitor, a comforter, and a hospital bed as Neighbors for Neighbors collaborates with community groups and companies like Steps in the Right Direction. The South Florida Youth Foundation helps renovate Aaron's apartment and make it wheelchair accessible. The superintendent of schools stops by. And this determined ninth grader hopes to return to Booker T. Washington High School after spring break. In Miami, Peter Dench, CBS 4 News.
We'd like to thank our generous supporters and underwriters for helping Neighbors for Neighbors continue to make community connections for our neighbors in need. The Herbert Hoover Foundation, CBS 4, and MyTV 33. We hope these stories have touched and inspired you. They represent only some of the good Neighbors for Neighbors does all year long. And we couldn't do it without you, our viewers, our neighbors. Your generous contributions allow us to help families in crisis rebuild their lives. Donations are tax deductible, and you can go onto our website at neighborsforneighbors.org to make a secure credit card contribution. If you would like more information, please call our phone bank at 305-597-4404. Thank you for joining us. I'm Nicole Maristany. Remember, you really can make a difference by helping our neighbors, and helping feels good.